Hey, what's up guys and girls, and welcome back to Savage Gaming and a quick tutorial video in Stranded Deep. And today I'm going to show you guys how to build a good raft. So I'm not going to go into all the crafting and every little bit that you're going to need. I'm sure the tutorial has shown you how to use crafting menus, etc. I'm just going to show you what I normally use to... I finished the game so many times just with this basic raft, and it works like a chop. So what you're going to need to do is build your raft bases. I normally go 3 wide and 2 long. This will enable you to have enough stuff on your boat to keep you going. If you get lost, you'll have enough of everything that you're going to need, and I'll explain to you now why quickly as well. So don't worry necessarily, like you'll see I've got yellow buoys at the bottom of the raft base. Don't worry about that, it doesn't really make a difference. It just looks different, looks fancier, and so on and so forth. Don't worry too much about that. The next thing I have is a raft canopy, so that's if I'm getting UV damage out on the ocean, I can always just pop under my raft canopy and I'll be sorted, and I can just replenish that as well. Then you'll have space here at the back for your rudder, for your motor, and for your anchor. The anchor is nice because you can anchor out at sea and you can anchor right on shore, so you don't have to keep dragging your boat onto the shoreline. Just saves you a bit of time. It's a nice convenient thing to have. And then once you've picked up a lantern from one of the shipwrecks, you can also put that on a light hook, and that'll give you some nice light at night. So if you do get stuck and the sun goes down, you've got a little bit of light, you're not completely stuck in the darkness. Then obviously your sail, which is one of the first things you'll put on here, obviously before you can build your motorboat, but because you've built 3 wide, you've got space for all 3. One thing to note is when you've got the sail down, you can't speed up with a motorboat. So if you're going to use the raft motor, so once you've got the raft motor and you want to use that, you've got to put your sail up in order for it to work properly. Then the last thing that I normally do is I build a container shelf, so that I think you just build that with planks, and then I take the wood containers that I get either from looting or you can craft them, up to you, and I use those to store all my items. And in here I'll basically keep some rations, definitely some bandages, an antidote for sure, binoculars, and a compass. Compass so that you can just get your bearings, binoculars if you need to see far, antidote if you go onto an island and you get bitten by a snake or stand on a sea urchin, and then bandages just in case you either get into a boss fight or you get some bleeding damage from, trying to swim in the ocean and a shark gets you or whatever. And then rations will just keep you well fed at the end of the day if you're running low on food, but that's not normally the issue. You can keep this for the end game. And then what I also like to do is I like to keep a whole bunch of refined spears with me, because if I do come across one of the bosses and I think I'm ready and it's that time of the day, I'll take on the boss and I know I'm prepared to take him on. And then lastly but not least, you can just use these other containers for random things. So you can just, when you're going to get some resources and you need a whole bunch of palm fronds or logs or whatever, sticks, stones, you name it, that will be that side of the storage will be for that kind of stuff, and then this side will be for my survival kind of stuff. And I find that this has worked just fine for me. I've had no issues with it. Most islands they have tarps on, so you can build water stills on and get enough water and stay hydrated, or just eat a coconut or two, or drink a coconut or two, and that's it. And that's all you really need. You can build bigger, guys. You can build fancy. You can have, go another 2 wide, yeah, and have more. You can go another 1 longer as well. It doesn't really matter. But I found that this size raft, I don't get knocked over by sharks. I don't tip over in storms. It's easily maneuverable. It's nice to park at the islands. It's just more convenient in my opinion. But like I said, this is like the minimum you're going to need if you really want to survive out there and not have any major issues while trying to get to the end game. And I think that's it, guys. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And as usual, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.